Welcome to episode 5. That's okay. I was literally just trying to jump it into there. Welcome to episode 5.
As I had a frog. Okay.
I just had a frog right now. I hope you don't mind. Kermit's shaking in his boots. He's just like, oh my god. I've heard about the French.
Now you're ruining the intro.
Welcome to episode 5 of BookBurners! Yay! This is for Acotar, A Court of Thorns and Roses. The first of however many book series
It's
this
ongoing.
is. Oh, it's still going?
She's still working on it.
Well, how about that? An infantilogy. Until they decide... That almost sounded like it had to do with babies or something. It meant to be... It's supposed to be an infantology. That sounds like the study of infants.
Baby,
that
no,
still doesn't work.
Change that word.
I'm trying to... It's supposed to have to do with infinity, is what I'm trying to say.
An infinite?
Infinite-ology. Like a trilogy?
Yeah, but
it doesn't work, though.
They just say an ongoing series.
It's ongoing. How many books is there currently?
There is currently 5.
All right. And what would you call A Court of Thorns and Roses? Not the title, the genre.
The genre officially is a romantasy.
Okay, now could you define that for someone who's book illiterate like me?
So,
like compared to romance or fantasy standalone.
well, fantasy is by definition any story that has magic in a fictional land that has, like trolls, goblins, fae, elves, magical thingies in a fictional, fantastical world.
Like the
like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like the poster child for fantasy,
Right, that's
pretty
just
much. Is
plain
Lord of the Rings.
fantasy. Is there's an epic quest and there's drama and whatever. That's an epic fantasy. And then you have romances where and then actually pretty much Sarah J. Maas created romantasy when she wrote Throne of Glass first. It was a fantasy with a romance element, which is kind of, it was up and coming in the YA genre, but she made it more prevalent as the series went. And then when she wrote acotar, which was originally published as a young adult novel, so between 13 to 18, it created a stir because there's some adult themes and content.
I noticed that.
It was originally marketed as a YA.
Yeah.
Which also created new adult.
I would understand that as like almost like the mature rating in video games where it's like 17 and up or 16 and up ish. I think
books don't have that.
In UK, like they go by the PEGI rating system. So they have like PEGI 16 or 17, so like 17 and up, 16 and up is kind of how it functions. So if I was to rate it like video game wise, I'd be like 16 and up, it would probably be fine.
Right, that's the majority. But since it was originally published under YA, they're like 13-year-olds shouldn't be reading this, or 12-year-olds shouldn't be reading this.
Right. It would be...
I mean, if not for just
a little more than a PG-13 movie, probably.
Yeah.
It would probably still be just PG-13, but...
But because of that also sparked the new adult genre. So now it's been rebranded as a new adult, which means 18 to 22-ish, maybe. Like it has easier worlds, but more adult content.
Right.
So we have no IA. So romantasy basically means you have equal parts romance and equal parts fantasy. You can't take them out, otherwise it kind of ruins the whole story.
Right.
A fantasy romance is that you still have a fantasy, even if you take out the romance, it's still a good, solid story.
That was one thing that I noticed when I was reading it, because I was like, okay, so it's like, if you were to remove the romance between the main characters, the book does not exist. Like, such a big focus on it is the relationship between Farah and Tamlin.
I will correct you. I know them all.
I keep on flipping it between Tomlin and Tamlin,
it's
even
Tamlin.
though they say Tamlin like consistently. I still want to say just Tomlin in my mind for some reason. I don't know why.
It's like Narnia with Mr. Tomness.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to call him Tomlin.
It's Tomlin.
But it's Tamlin.
It's Tamlin, yes. So yes, this is a romantasy.
But
because
like,
it's equal parts romance
and then like
fantasy.
the fantasy elements are pretty irrevocable from the story without becoming just an entirely different story too. So I kind of see what that's saying then.
I mean,
compared to like a fantasy that just has a romantic element.
Right, which would be a fantasy romance. There is a difference, even though some people like there is no difference, but there is a difference.
They're more like if you had to say like fantasy sci-fi, where it's like they're both present, but you could probably change it around with something else. Or maybe one of them's a major factor and then a different one's like a minor factor. Within genres, something like that. Like they're more kind of just shoulder to shoulder, while this one's like standalone, and both of these elements need to be hyper prevalent in order for it to fit into romantasy as a genre.
Yeah, pretty much. It's one can't go without the other. Like no one will care about the fantasy because of the romance aspect. But then like for the romance girlies, like they love the romance, and the fantasy aspect happens to be really, really cool too.
So the first thing that came to mind, like still talking about genres and stuff, since we're still in like generic fields talking about it and not talking too much about plots and spoilers and stuff, was I wanted to just label it as like neo fairy tale. That's what I almost wanted to slap a label on it.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know if that's an actual genre thing, but it felt like when I was reading it, I got strong vibes of like, this reminds me of fairy tales, Disney fairy tales and stuff. I got strong vibes of like Beauty and the Beast and Cinderella, ones like that popping in, but written modernly. It's different. It's so like new.
Well, it is technically a Beauty and the Beast
fairy
retelling.
tale. So that was the inspiration for it.
Yeah, well,
Beauty and the Beast.
she said that,
I got really strong vibes of Beauty and the Beast from it, so I was wondering.
No, for sure. But she also pulled from, like, a lot of Scottish lore. She basically, if there's any lore in any culture, she'll pull it and twist it around a little bit and throw it into a book. It's so cool, and I love how her brain works, but also I hate her, because I'm still waiting for book 6. It has been, 4 years now, and Sarah J. Maas has not published the next book in this series.
Holy crap.
That's she has
a long time. She's
written 3 other
series,
massive books. So it just kind of got put on the back burner a little bit, and then...
Well, if she... You said it's the 6th book?
Yes.
If she's written 5 of them, maybe she just needs to let it stew for a while. She has said she will write in this series until she dies. Like, she loves this world. She loves her characters, and like she's a fangirl of her own. I mean, that justifies a pause even more, because then it's like, oh, make sure that the ideas are nice and fresh and new.
Right. And
if
like even her
let it sit on the back burner for a while, you play with other worlds for a while, and then you can come back and be like, oh, I got another story for this and these characters.
And she has 3 series altogether. One series is 7 books, I think, and that's the Throne of Glass series. And then she has the Crescent City, which are 3
I think I would get those ones confused with this one being an outsider, where it's like, I remember the title like Throne of Glass and it being attached now, just like Core Thorns of Roses, Throne of Glass, what's the difference? I thought they was all part of the same series or something like that.
See, I have to be careful what I can say, because I know all pretty much when it comes to Sarah J. Maas and her writing, and there's some things I can't tell you.
Yeah, no
future spoilers too much. For a lot of other things.
I mean, generically, other people's opinions on stuff won't really affect mine too much, but still, spoilers, you don't want to do that.
And honestly,
we would probably be going on to after reading this one, we probably
really
English is easy, and it's
how
my
much
native.
Coffee have you had this morning?
It's my native language, believe it or not. But I do want to go and read the other ones. Fury? Yeah.
If you were okay with Court and Thrones and Roses, then you definitely need to read the next one. If you can't stand it after that, it's fine. Like, I'm like, you gave it a shot, because it is so much better. Like, the world explodes in the second book. Like, it's a journey, and you just gotta hang on.
But the world building, going back to what I was saying about being a neo fairy tale, where it was like, I could imagine in a censored world it being an actual like Disney musical thing going on.
Oh, don't make it a musical.
Like, it would be horrible.
Don't,
on one hand.
I feel like that'd be Snow White.
Just imagine the scenes, like normal scenes that are ripped from those movies, where the characters are interacting. I could see it animated. I could see the world being animated big time.
Oh yeah.
I was like, if they ever do like a movie, TV show type adaptation, I was like, please make it an anime, because they would do it so well.
Hulu was gonna adapt it, and then the writer strikes happened and it got cut.
Oh.
Yep. That got
Thanks,
cut.
corporations, for not paying your artists well enough.
Yep.
Good job.
Oh yeah, the community was devastated. Also, the Maas fandom are a little rabid. Like, we are a little crazy, and like, so.
I mean, I already figured that. Just I already know you. So.
I'm tame. I swear I'm tame.
I'm aware of some of like the meme culture and stuff that exists around.
Oh, with the book talk has made the Maas
book
fandom
talk, and people
toxic.
make videos just talking about book talk and all that stuff. Which, you know, whenever there's a community, it's easy to poke fun and make jokes and stuff, like, because no matter what the community is, there's always going to be people who make it a little bit cringy and a little bit outlandish or a little bit jokeable. But I think that's also a part of just being in a community at all around something. Some people just are interesting.
Well, and it's so big.
It doesn't. One person being really weird in a community does not necessarily stand for a whole community.
Well, it's more than one.
Yeah.
To be fair.
But there's nothing to be ashamed of.
No.
Except for some of you people who are disgusting.
There are some people who just like objectively hate it just because it's such a big fandom.
Yeah.
Like half of Book Talk consists of Sarah J. Maas stuff.
I feel like there's a decent amount of like, also just whenever anything gets big, there's a lot of people who will just be very, what's the word?
Hipster. You're hipster.
That wasn't the word I was thinking.
It's so mainstream. I'm above it.
It's counter-culture-y.
Yeah.
What's the right word? It's not counterculture. They just want to push against the grain, even if they don't
It's a
really
hipster.
know.
That's the definition
It basically is
of
a hipster, yeah. But even with stuff like this, I was like seeing all the memes and the jokes and all that, and then like actually like reading it, I was just like, okay, I see where like the memes and jokes come from, and like all the extreme examples and stuff. Like there's a couple of moments that I was just like, those are some interesting descriptions that you've chosen, Sarah J. Maas.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like most of the book was just well written.
Yeah.
I liked it, and not only that, I remembered almost every character's name, which huge.
That's amazing for you.
In our book series that we've read, even in Harry Potter, I don't remember all the characters' names, and I've written that one before.
Right.
Did I say you've
written it before? You read Harry Potter?
I wrote that book, and I thought you were British. By the way, I'm also like a billionaire or whatever. I haven't been telling anybody. That's why the camera's so low quality.
I'm gonna start demanding payment now.
No. You get your payment in exposure.
Fine.
It's an honor to be around the author of Harry Potter.
Yes.
The true author.
You're gonna get
women over here stealing men's achievements. As they always do. No. Gets immediately canceled.
You're gonna get sued
it's
by
a joke.
Rowling.
It's a joke.
Rowling's entire PR staff's gonna come after
Literally
you.
Get a whole social movement going like, this man said that women only steal men's achievements. Like, it's a joke. Okay.
Oh, yep, you're gonna get us in trouble again.
I would never. But you said again, we've never been in trouble yet.
Yeah, being the operative word.
Well, yeah, but that's just because we don't have a big audience yet. So.
Right, these are going to be logged in our backlist and be like, look at what this person said.
10 years from now.
Uh-huh.
Someone's going to go back to this exact moment actually and like, he said it! Proof! And she laughed, so...
She acknowledged it!
She's guilty!
By association!
Self-loathing! She hates women too!
Oh my god.
But I forgot what my original point was.
The writing and you remember the names.
Oh yeah, because like even in Harry Potter, it's like I can't remember half the names. Like I remember it now because I reread it recently. Like Professor Quirrell.
Oh yeah.
Like the villain in that one. I was like, there's no way in hell I'd remember that off the top of my head.
I swear I thought he was the music teacher.
No, and there's like so many characters in that I can't keep them straight. But I was like, oh, no, Lucian. Tamlin.
There you go.
I almost said Tomlin. But that has nothing to do with character or the name. It's just me wanting to call him Tomlin. I don't know what it is. Even when I was listening to it.
There's even a pronunciation guide on the back of the book.
Well, it was audio, so I heard it Tamlin every single time. I just keep on wanting to call him Tomlin. But because for some reason saying Tamlin is just
It's
harder.
not possible.
Tomlin just rolls off the tongue. Tamlin doesn't. I want to say Tomlin. I don't want to say Tamlin.
So weird.
It's something psychological, okay?
Oh yeah.
That's the point. Is like
Pronunciation
I
guide.
know who he is, and I could get one letter off of his name correct every single time. But like Lucian, Farah, even some of the side characters, Alice, Rhysand.
Wow. Hey, you said his name. You can say Rhysand's
Rhysand
name
is
right,
easy.
And you
How
can't...
else can you say
Do you
Rhysand?
know how long I had to teach your sister how to say his name?
Rhysand?
Yeah.
How else are you gonna say it?
Oh crap! How did she say it? She said it wrong for so long. Rhysand, I think.
It's time for me to wake up. You're about to get woke now. Get ready, guys. We're gonna get
We're gonna go
canceled a
for it.
second time. Gonna get canceled on both sides immediately.
It's all done. Yeah.
Like right after being like, I hate women! Just immediately afterwards being like, we're woke! And anyone who isn't needs to get out!
Yep. And that's when we're gonna get attacked by everybody.
Literally, everyone's like, who the hell are you people even? It's like, you don't even understand what you stand for. It's like, we stand for nobody.
We stand for everybody.
Everything burns. This is
We
BookBurners
need to
podcast.
save everything.
If it's toxic, I'm for it.
Oh my god.
This is one is it Amarantha or is it Amarantha? What's it?
Amarantha.
Amarantha.
Yep.
So that's another one that's just one letter off. But
That's not too
that
bad.
was another name that I remembered.
Do you know the name of the continent?
Prithian.
Oh, look at you! I'm a proud mama right now.
Mhm. Look, this is to the praise of the author. Because I was like, you've written the characters in a well enough way that they have individual personalities and identities that I could remember, and I could remember their names. Because like anytime that I'm like, I can't remember anyone's names, it's like, okay, that means they're unimportant or they're not doing anything interesting.
Mm-hmm.
At least when I'm reading or listening, whatever. I just say reading anyway, it's all the same to me. Audiobooks
yeah.
count.
They totally count. 90% of my reading lately is audiobooks, just because I'm so busy in the summer, so I
For real.
live and breathe by my audiobooks.
It also gives me sanity when I'm doing chores.
Yeah, same. Makes it doing stuff so much nicer.
Mm-hmm. That was something I took note of. I was like, that is definitely something of praise.
She is an
for
excellent
sure.
writer, no matter what people say.
There were things that I raised my brow. we'll
I
get
didn't
into that
say all of her
when we
words
get
were
further
good,
to it.
but-
I've taken notes. Like I said, I have notes of things that I found
Oh
either
boy.
just funny or
Okay, so like
Outside of funny.
I picked the last book
yeah.
for bad reasons.
You-
like I
you
trusted
picked-
the internet. So why did you pick Akatar?
I picked acotar because of its notoriety and because of how big it is with pop culture and book talk and like social media rings, and it's also just a genre that like a lot of people are familiar-ish with. Like a lot of people have heard of Acotar, Court of Thorns and Roses, and like book talk and all that type of stuff. It's really hard for me not to smack this. It's right here. Especially since I like to like... I haven't really listened or saw anybody who's like actually read it, who weren't like actually in book talk. They were just observing from the outside. They might take some excerpts and be like, isn't this kind of a silly thing? It's like, without context, definitely funny, and then with context, still funny, but it's not bad.
No. And the worst of her writing isn't even in that book. Like, I would say probably Empire Storms has her, like, it's part of the Throne of Glass series, and that's got some cringy lines in it, but like, I still love him so much.
Yeah. So she definitely comes off, like when I was reading it, as a bit of a mixed bag. I don't want to go too far into it because I'll get into like the really
Spoiler.
nitty gritty and spoilers and stuff. So we should probably just hit off with the Judgement now. Where's the hell is my book? All right, I'm ready. And the Judgment for Sarah J. Maas's first acotar series book, A Court of Thorns and Roses. The Judgment in 3, 2, 1. Purgatory and heaven. That means it's going to hell.
I
Damn it.
hate you
I hate
so
you.
much right now.
Purgatory is where it belongs.
No, No!
Yes!
No.
Yes!
I strongly disagree.
I'll get into it. Like I said, I always go based off of my vibes.
I knew you were going to be a problem child. I take back my proud mama comment.
Listen, I put the first Harry Potter into purgatory. I feel like it would be predictable that I'd put it into purgatory.
I had a smidge of faith. Just a smidge.
I'm blaming you.
What? Me? I gave you no
I'm blaming you.
things.
See, now before we started recording, I wanted to cheat a little bit. I wanted to give off a hint that it was going to go to purgatory because I really wanted this one to go to purgatory because I've got one problem with it. One.
Only one?
Well, one main problem with it.
Oh,
is like if this one problem was gone, I would have comfortably put it into heaven.
It's a riddle, isn't it?
Yeah!
I knew you would hate the riddle.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever read! It ruined it! And here's the thing, I think I've mentioned already before in one of our episodes. So we're gonna get into spoilers fast. Now,
that was your only warning.
Well, here's the thing, if you didn't read the book,
stop watching now.
Stop watching right now because we're gonna be jumping around the book with our spoilers and stuff because we're just doing candid talk about the book now. And if you read it already, then you'll know what we're talking about. So it doesn't really make a difference if we talk about it in a linear fashion. Yeah, just go read the book and come back. It's worth your time. I guarantee it. I put things that go to purgatory, at least in my judgment, is worth your time by default. If it's going to hell, there's still a chance it's worth your time because almost everything has to go to hell.
The ones that we put down there, well, other than Harry Potter.
Currently, Harry Potter went to hell, but we did purgatory and heaven on that
one
too. That was your fault because you thought that the first Harry Potter book was good enough to go to heaven.
It was.
It was boring.
But it kicked off something amazing.
Doesn't matter. It's boring. This is gonna go down between you and me.
Like you need to animate boxing. Like the boxing glove thing. Yeah, that's gonna be the whole thumbnail.
Almost every single one of our disagreements is gonna come down to me being like, I got bored at one point, or I didn't like one thing, or vibes, or like with the Harry Potter ones, like it kickstarted something and something that isn't with the immediate experience. Because I was even thinking, I was like, I know she's gonna send it to heaven. I was really close.
Well, yeah, I told you a long time ago before you picked the book that I read this.
Well,
this was
I knew that this was like your favorite series. I didn't know which book was like your favorite in the series. I was like just hoping. I was like, maybe the first one's not her favorite.
No, it's not.
And that made. But I was really close. Listen, I was so close. When I was reading it, about 2/3 through it, I was ready to send it to heaven. I was like, I'm enjoying it. Even when it comes to things that I thought were kind of funny or maybe a little cheesy, I was still like, I still like it. I don't care. It's like the same thing with like some of the older Disney movies and stuff like that. Yeah. I was like, it doesn't matter if they're imperfect. I still like them and they're enjoyable. Even if you don't, it's not like something that you want to watch every single day.
Right.
Or something like a few years ago, I watched Sleeping Beauty. And it's been like years before, like between
I love Sleeping Beauty. The art in that movie. The
art was really good, and then the commentary like auto-played, and the commentary was way more interesting.
Really,
my
friend has that.
The book. It was like a commentary. You watch the movie, and then they did commentary, and they talking about all the ideas and how it's like very flat and like a storybook, and like moving from like left to right, stuff like that.
You know,
it was really interesting.
The very beginning when they open up the Sleeping Beauty book, that actually exists. It's so pretty and I want one.
Hit me with a question.
Who's your favorite character?
Favorite character? Rhysand.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
By a margin. I liked Lucian probably second most.
A lot of people love Lucian. I appreciate Lucian. He is currently going through a journey. I have to be so careful what I can say.
I've only read the first book, so like this is within the context of the first book and the information that you're given for characters. It's gonna be really hard for me to talk about this because
I know all of it.
I know it's gonna be hard for you, but for me it's for different reasons. Because for this book, I pretty much liked everything until it got to these trials, and then it started slogging for me. I was like fully engaged. I was not bored a moment until the trials happened, and then it took a dive into feeling a lot more generic. Like she used a lot more tropes and stuff that I've seen a lot before, like going right back into Hunger Games and stuff, where it's like, oh, now we're gonna do this trial when you're gonna have to finish these challenges, and the character development kind of just stopped entirely for all of the characters all at once, except for Rhysand, who is like developing now, and everyone else was just at a complete standstill for character development. And like for the first 2/3 is like the characters, all of them are like developing and changing, and they're growing more complex. And I was like, I'm getting into this. I like every single character. Crazy.
I'm shocked, honestly.
Like, even Farrah, like, there's a couple things that frustrated me about her, but it came across as intentional. Because there's even a line in there where Tamlin, I almost called him Tomlin again.
Mr. Tomlin.
Tomlin, my High Lord Tomlin. If you slap an accent on it, then Tamlin could be pronounced Tomlin.
I've seen people who do castings, or like they totally act out entire scenes of the books. Even with an accent, it does not come out Tomlin.
A can be pronounced Aw.
Maybe if it was like a heavy Scottish accent or something.
Japanese, Asian?
Maybe.
They usually pronounce A's as A's.
Anyway.
A's a pretty weird actual sound. Like ah. But I was just like I said earlier, it's like I could tell the difference between every single character, and they had unique character traits. And some of them had like internal hypocrisies and stuff like that, which I'm still okay with because that's human. And even with Farrah and like all the frustrating things, they even have lines where like Tamlin tells her that it's like, I love you, Thorns and all. I was like, okay, so it's like it's intentional when she's kind of being an idiot occasionally, because I just want to do this, even if it's not the smart thing to do necessarily. She just goes and does it. And I was like, okay, I'm okay with her not doing things that I'm like, don't do that, that's stupid, that doesn't,
it's like the horror
make any
movie,
sense to
don't
do.
go into the
kind of like that, except for, you know, usually with horror movies
it's even worse, but
it's worse. Well, because also a lot of the time the characters are intentionally made to be very unlikable. Farrah's not necessarily entirely unlikable, her sister is, but
wait, which one?
Nesta.
Really? See, I don't like Elaine.
I mean, I don't like any of them. Her family sucks ass. They're all just little bitches.
Oh, I can't wait to hear.
They tried to force you to redeem, like, I remember their name still.
Wow.
I don't remember the dad's name, to be fair. He's crippled dad.
Did you ever tell his name?
I don't know if he did. If you don't remember his name, then I don't have a hope. But I don't get his name. I remember Elaine and Nesta.
Big fan.
At the end, like I said, in that closer to the end chapters, they try to make you kind of care about Nesta a little bit more. Like, oh, she's actually really strong and noble. I was like, I don't give a shit. It's like she's a dick for no reason.
Nesta's got problems.
She was like, I'm jealous or whatever. I was like, you were just being a pampered little princess at the start of the book. Don't lie to me. Don't lie. You could be doing something.
Like chopping the wood.
But you're so much better at it.
But your hands are more suited.
Your hands are more suitable for it.
Yeah.
It was like, shut the fuck up. You're not some noble heroine just that's misunderstood.
Oh, yeah.
So I didn't buy that. I mean, it was such a small part of the book that it didn't make a difference to me. I don't remember why we're talking about Nesta.
I asked your favorite character.
Oh, we were just talking about the characters in general. Yeah. All the main characters I liked, though. Even some of the side characters, like Alice, she stood out to me. I remembered her.
Alice, yep.
They had a nice little mystery going on in the background. I didn't really care for the revelation of the mystery stuff because it was a big exposition dump. Where
Alice is explaining?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where,
like, it's not this, it's this, and then this, and then this. That chapter slogged a little bit, too, because it was just sitting and listening to them explain for, like...
a little bit.
For a long time. Once again, even with that, though, that wasn't too bad. It was the trials. But the riddle... I
knew it. I absolutely knew it.
Endings matter to me a lot. So I'm going to preface things with that. An ending for me can completely break something that I otherwise really like. And the second Amarantha said the riddle, I was like, oh, love? I was like, it was the most obvious answer to a riddle since Gollum and thing with the stupid time being the answer to the riddle. Where even like in the movie adaptations, he's like, actually it wasn't that hard.
Piece of cake.
That's what I was like with this one, and it was just like, and then you're sitting here killing multiple fairies and being like, oh it's my stained soul. I was like, listen, they're not being killed because of some dark, oh my gosh, awful decision. They're getting killed because you're dumb.
I mean, she is though.
She is, but that dumb? She still thought of the answer, but it was just like, oh, so now you can think of it. Now.
Maybe it just took her spine being snapped for her brain to have full function.
She was dying before with the worm.
But her spine wasn't snapped.
Maybe that's it. She just needed the sense knocked into her.
It's like when you go to a chiropractor, you ever have your neck adjusted, and you kind of get a little blood flow rush to your head. At least that's what happens when I do. That's probably what happened.
It's just not even that. Well, because then the problem with that, not only that, is it also makes me want to smack Amaranth upside the head. Because she's some ancient, I'm a super sneaky, super clever, ancient
700
devil woman. And then it's like, I got a riddle. I'll risk it for the biscuits, which I win nothing from. So that was its tragic flaw, because I was just like, you could have just, this is how I would adjust it. If they had adjusted one thing, this is what I do. Just do some cheesy, stupid bullshit where she was like, there's no such thing as true love. And then just, I don't know, do a true love's kiss or something. I would not care anything but what they did there. Because it's like you've taken something where it could have been just cheese, which it still is, and then you turned it into something that was stupid as fuck and cheese. Just have her like take a bullet for Tamlin or something, not like a literal bullet.
I'm like, there's no guns.
Just doing some heroic sacrifice type thing. Be like, oh, it's true love and the superpower, like at the end of Harry Potter, where, I mean, that wasn't really how Harry Potter, but I think that's just because she likes to change the story in Harry Potter. But where it's like, it was love that saved you from,
the curse?
Voldemort.
Oh, you're talking Harry Potter.
I'm talking about Harry Potter. I was just pulling something like that.
That was bad.
It's like, it's a cop-out thing, but it's like, oh, it's sappy. It's true love saved them, and true love brought you back to life, or something along those lines. Because it was like, being able to answer the riddle is a cop-out anyway. So it's like, if you're afraid of just like a true love's kiss thing being a cop-out, it's like, the magic system is a soft magic system anyway. And if she really doesn't believe that true love exists, and then she can be like, oh yes, true love is the magical thing that can never be done, and she actually believes it, then at least within a character thing, it's believable for her, because she's been gypped and stuff.
Yeah.
And then she's like, true love does not exist, so there's no way that this deal could ever come to fruition. Compared to, she'll never be able to solve the riddle that I give her, that the answer to a riddle is love. It's just such a brain dead idea.
To be fair, the first time I read this, which was like a long time ago, I was a little bit late to the party, but I wasn't so late to the party. I didn't get it, but I was also sick. I had a horrible cold. It wasn't till like 5 pages before she figured it out. I was like, oh yeah, duh.
Yeah. But it's okay, but here's the thing that I even got hit by a point where I was like, I felt like it was such an obvious answer to be love. I was like, maybe they're trying to take me for a ride here and be like, oh, I bet you thought it was love.
Yeah.
But like, as far as everything else with the trials, I mean, I didn't care about the trials, honestly. I didn't care about any of that either. The lever thing was...
The most stressful one was, when she had to read and she couldn't read. Yeah. I was like, this is torture. Like, even now, like, every time I listen to it, I'm always like, I hate that scene.
They had some intense moments and stuff. But even then, they used soft magic system as a cop-out for that, to get her out of the situation. I was like, and you can't do it for the ending? You're just like, oh yeah, you're lucky that Rhysand can tattoo you and do psychic energy into your hand to tell you which one is the correct answer, and not a single fae in the whole place that wants Amaranth to die. I called her Amaranth, but Amaranth.
You're getting close, yeah.
Could just whisper to her, it's love.
No, they were all bound. They couldn't tell her.
Oh, that's right. They couldn't do that.
Yeah, because she tries to ask Lucian, and he's like, we can't say anything or we'll die.
You know what? Magic Rhysand man could. You could just possess her hand and just make her spell out love or the rock or something.
No, he does have limits.
I guess maybe, I don't know. It was just, with the soft magic system being there, I'm just like...
To be fair, it does
No, well,
get
here's
more
the thing.
explained
They're
later.
not warped from it until after the first trial. After the first trial is when they get banned from helping. So it's like that they knew about the riddle
No.
right off the bat, wasn't it? Because Lucian helps her in the first one, then he gets punished for it, and then they
Yeah,
get
but she
banned or
still
something.
asks for... Or no, does the riddle show up after this?
No, the riddle shows up before any trials exist. It happens before the first trial.
Well, then they must
I
all
think.
be bound then, because I remember she asked Lucian.
That might be a
he's like,
detail
we can't
thing
say
that
anything.
I'm not quite familiar with. I feel like there's ways that they could work around it with wordplay or something.
Well, they did with the blight, and like they did try, like previous to the her getting under the mountain.
Before that, well, Alice was able to spill the beans on almost everything.
But that was after
Afterwards.
the 49
right.
years, yeah. She's because she even says like the fact I can tell you anything means that this is done. Like we're all screwed. Like we're gonna die.
So maybe when they're under the mountain and during the trials, that's a pretty good possibility. That was just not mental linking thing.
If you
But
ever
regardless,
decide to,
it is still just.
These are the best books to reread because you see everything you missed the first time. Like I said, I've reread this whole series. I've read acotar 15 times. I've read Mist and Fury, I think 17 times. And I forget the other ones. And I still am catching things I never noticed before.
I really like the world and the world building.
Oh,
I
love
liked
it.
the names for it. Even like the name Prithian is a great name for a fictional
and it
world.
gets
That
bigger.
sounds
like
very magical.
You have such a journey
You have
because it
all the
all
stuff
gets
with
bigger.
the courts,
per
and
season,
then
per
you have
season. Book.
all the things going on with the courts and how like the politics of it all works out, and I liked that. And it's one of those things where it's just like things don't need to be perfect for it to be very fun and enjoyable and authentic, and that's why I was like, when I was 2/3 of the way before the trials segment happened, I was like, oh my god, this thing's going to heaven. It was so close. It was so close.
I knew it. I knew the riddle was going to be your undoing, but I was hoping it wouldn't be
You should have. You should have
detrimental.
betted on it and sent it to purgatory.
I'm trying to be more hopeful in life, and you squished it.
You know what? There's also something that we didn't do. We didn't send it off to hell properly. So
I refuse. I'm not.
Accord to Thorns and Roses. Bye. I'm sorry. I felt like I really wanted to talk about this one because there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I liked. I really liked. Like I said, I just thought it was very enjoyable. It reminded me, like, obviously it's not the same genre, but like the first time I was reading the Harry Potters, I was like, this is easy to read. It's fun. It's not like burdensome or a slog at any point. But, you know, like I said, then I got the trials, and then I was like...
See, that's the fantasy aspect of the...
I mean, there was fantasy stuff still being worked on in the background, too, and I felt like they still could have done something. I just did not like the approach overall with it because the very setup of it and the High Fae Queen, I was just like, it was just hard for me to get invested because I thought Amarantha was just dumb. And she was being built up, because she's not even like a character that we're introduced with at like the start. Like there's whispers of her. So like, if you could be there, if they had shown you Amarantha's character more beforehand, somehow, like it would be hard to do it. She almost came across as a character that doesn't belong at the end of this book. And like, because like they only tell you about her a scene before she shows up. Like they have a couple hints of her, like whispers.
The Blight, they call her the Blight.
Yeah, they call her the Blight and stuff like that. But like, you get an exposition dump about her and how she took over, and then she's there, and it's like, she's the biggest, baddest Fae right now, for the book at the very least. And then she's like, and yes, I'm cruel and I'm wicked. I got 3 games for you to play. And I was like, there's no reason for her not to just kill her.
To be, okay. Amarantha, though, hates humans.
Just kill her. Torture her and kill her. Why play a game?
I can't tell you any of this stuff.
Unless it's, like I said, unless something will augment it in future books. But, like, I can't judge it based off of future books.
I feel like I can't say
It's a part of the experience. Like, it was just this book. I will give this a fair thing, though. If there is a future installment that augments the information and makes it really good, then that really boosts that book's possibilities of getting into heaven.
Really? You're gonna let it come back out?
Well, this one won't go to heaven. Not this one. This one's damned. But the one that does, there is a book, it is to the future book's credit if it augments information in a very valuable way.
You're talking about, like,
and not in like a really forced or like J.K. Rowling sort of way.
Gotcha.
If they don't do that, then they'll be in the clear. I feel like I've been talking a lot. I want to hear your thoughts. What about the first book specifically, trying to avoid?
I'm really trying.
It's going to be really difficult to avoid with future ones, obviously. But if you can go back to a time, kind of like trying to do it with the Harry Potter, like
you just don't say anything.
First time experience, like what is the thing that you like the most about the first book, and the thing that you like the least, if there is one thing that you could augment or change? Well, I guess those are two separate questions.
Those are very two different, yeah.
Just start with the first one of like, what do you like the absolute most?
Oh, I love all of the characters. I am a very character-driven.
I agree with that. The characters are good. I appreciate it.
And it was my intro to fantasy.
Characters also have like their unique ticks and stuff. And
oh yeah, you could tell like that's Lucian, that's Alice, that's Feyre, and like yeah, you can tell who's who even just by the whatever. They even have moments where you don't know who they are, like someone will be behind Feyre or something. Oh yeah,
like that.
And you'll know who it is.
You pretty much know who it is based off of.
And like every time Tamlin tries to sneak up on her, yeah. So yeah, that was my intro to it, and I discovered it through Pinterest. This was way back before, in the Stone Age before TikTok. I found it from Pinterest boards because I was getting back into reading, so this would have been about 2017, 16, 17.
Years ago.
So a little while ago. I was getting back into it, and I wanted to know, what was popular, and then I saw acotar popping up all over on Pinterest because that was my only outlet to find new books because I didn't know about BookTube yet, and TikTok wasn't a thing, and Instagram, like Bookstagram wasn't. Was Instagram even around then either?
Instagram, I think, predates Pinterest.
I didn't have it. I know that. Or maybe I had just started.
Well, I think Instagram was its own thing, and then it got like acquired by Facebook at some point or something.
Yeah, Facebook bought it. I don't know. So yeah, that's how I discovered it. And then I was sick. I caught a really bad cold and I couldn't go to work or whatever. So I was like, I'm gonna just binge. I slowly collected the first 3 books because that's all there was at the time. I read all 3 in 72 hours.
Dang. Holy
And
crap.
then I read it again.
If you're sick, man, it's like...
And then I read it again because I couldn't stop thinking about it.
Damn.
It was everything I wanted at the time. Like I loved Feyre because at the time I was working my butt off, and me and my family were struggling, and yeah, it was fantastic. And then you have Tamlin, who was like, here's an art gallery to I just want to see you smile, and I fell hard, and
it was that was like library scene in Beauty and the Beast.
Yep, was the art gallery. Yeah. Also
kind of Prince Charming-esque. That's what I was saying, is like it felt like a little bit of a mix between Cinderella and Beauty and the Beast.
Which is funny because Throne of Glass starts off as a Cinderella retelling. Like Sarah J. Maas likes her retellings and then turns it on its head.
When I was reading it too, I was just like, I can see where there's a lot of elements with Feyre and like relatability where a lot of people would be able to connect with that.
A lot of people question, like, why did they make her the younger sibling? Because traditionally, younger siblings are the, I'm gonna go do whatever I want, and traditionally, I'm not saying all younger siblings, but stereotypically, that's what happens.
To be fair, she's not the younger sibling, she's a middle child, though.
Feyre? She's the youngest of the 3.
I thought Elaine was the youngest.
No, she's the middle.
Never mind.
I know, that's why everyone's like,
yeah, I thought I was under the impression she was the middle child.
No, she's the baby.
Maybe it's just because Elaine acts like an immature little princess.
Right. Yeah.
That must be it. I must have just brain corrected it.
No, because when I think I can say that when Nessa asks or says to Feyre, she's like, I didn't know you didn't know how to read. And then Feyre says, well, I didn't. And they're like, we thought you were farther along in your schooling than you were, and we didn't bother. Because she was the baby. So after the parents, or her mom died, and then the dad, the whole thing. So even Nesta didn't know how far, and
Yeah.
the dynamic is all wonky.
That was a one really weird thing about that one too. At the start, I was just sitting here like, why didn't you just leave him with family? Like, I know you made a promise or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's like some psychological entrapment type thing, but I was just like, so I'm gonna do a slight callback to the last episode. I mean, this is just a thing that I bring up a lot, the whole word thing. I was
Are we going back to the bar, TM?
Yeah. I was like, girl, you got worth issues here because you just letting everybody trample you. I mean, there was the one
she was
thing.
in survival mode.
She was in survival mode, but I was just like, no one in the family's helping at all, and you just keep on doing it. And I was just like, you kind of have all the chips in your hand, and you have like all the bargaining power, but you're just not using any of it. You're like, I have no choice. It was like, but it was almost one of the things like what people would question about. This is why I'm saying it's kind of like Cinderella, especially at the start. Like, people ask like, why is Cinderella even here? And like, staying with them if they're just all psychopaths and like bullying them. It's like, I mean, victim mentality and stuff like that.
Well, also like if
Or
you
just
were on
straight
your
being
own,
a victim.
You know,
Yeah.
you could be just taken and put into slavery. Like, especially at the time. Like, there is no.
I mean, that happened though.
I mean,
she still got taken and put into slavery, basically, as far as anyone knew. So it didn't change anything.
She had full
They were all just dead weight. They were nothing but a burden to her. She didn't even get socialness with them. So I was, which later she acknowledges, like when she's in Prithian after a while, but she still like spends half the book worrying about them.
Getting back and
then when she gets there, she's like, oh yeah, you guys didn't even need me. And I was letting you abuse me, basically. I was like, yeah. But it was interesting. I'm not against that happening. Because like even one of the development things, which is take note because using the bar TM, was one of the things that helps her or whatever that causes her to fall in love with Tamlin is Tamlin makes her feel valuable. So like even with gestures like with the gallery and showing interest in her interests and wanting to let her flourish in the ways that she actually wants to, it's very worth granting. It's very validating, where her family was the very opposite, right? So I was like, okay, that's a positive dynamic working there, and you can kind of see how that why she would be attracted and fall in love with that, because it is just a good thing. That's everybody's ideal. Like, you would absolutely, who wouldn't want to be with somebody who makes them feel more valuable
and encourage you to
like
try things.
Like just as a positive interest, because like if it's just an abusive relationship if you're around people who make you feel worthless. So I was utilizing the bar and judging her psychologically the whole time, which was possibly a part of the reason why she didn't frustrate me too much, even when she was doing dumb things. Because I was just like, oh, it's interesting that you do this and this based off of like little profile that I'm building for you and some of these other characters. Because you see it with other characters too, and how they all use the word bar TM in their social interactions.
It's gonna be our new thing.
It is.
Bar TM.
I mean, I use it for everything whenever I'm like observing a character or even just people in real life, and I'm just trying to figure out what people are doing. Because if you're not like empathizing with people, it's very easy to just say they're crazy and then write them off.
And then just,
But in like, I've read some negotiation books and stuff like that too, and like empathizing with people is one of the core strategies of like negotiation, because you want to understand what another person wants if you're going to successfully negotiate through things.
Right.
And like one of the big things with those is like, especially if somebody is doing something that you think is crazy, you need to immediately understand that if you were in their situation right now with whatever that they went through from start to finish, you would probably be doing what they are doing.
Right.
So it's like, even if it is technically crazy and doesn't make sense and isn't functionality, it's not from where they're sitting. Probably
there's to the madness sort of thing.
Yeah, there's a reason that they're behaving in certain ways, and there isn't really a way to honestly help people or like work with people or negotiate with people if you don't understand where they're coming from or what it is that they're actually wanting and trying to achieve.
Right.
So even when it comes to like book characters, I find it very entertaining, especially with the whole worth bar thing, because like the TM psychologically, you can see it in every single thing that you write. Like, so even when it comes down to like Lucian and his interactions with his family and characters and their design, like their desires to fit in and having to fulfill specific roles.
You might have to pick Mist and Fury for your next book, because I'm so curious of characters that show up later and what you're gonna think of them, because like I want to pick your brain so badly, but I can't.
Even in moments with Farah, where it's like there's where you're like, this is just a crazy over exaggerated response because someone will do something and then she's like, and she just gets like temperamental and stuff. Because like Rhysand is doing nothing but helping you in the trials like the whole time, and you're like, you villain.
Well, that's because Tamlin was like, Rhysand is my ultimate rival or whatever.
There was that.
I almost said something that was. But I'm really trying not to say spoilers. I almost just said one.
Going back to her whole family situation, and obviously having a bunch of insecurities along that line with her family, and being just straight up used by her family, but she was deriving her sense of worth from what she could accomplish and provide at that point going onward. It's like, okay, she's carrying that forward. So anytime that someone's kind of like sliding and being like, oh, I can step on you in XYZ way, even when it's like these high fae and stuff. Like
Nesta does?
Yeah. It was just like, I'm going to lash out and not let you make me feel worthless again-ish. It was something along those lines. But it's very fun for me to do that, because I'm just like, even if
character
authors,
psychoanalysis.
Well, even when authors don't necessarily understand it, you can see it. And when like romances develop and stuff like that, a lot of times you can see that at work.
Well, even Sarah J. Maas said that when she wrote, was it the first 3? Like, she was really struggling with like depression and anxiety, and like after you hear that, you're like, yep, I can see that. And like that was her working through it. And then I think it was after she wrote the first Crescent Cities, and so that was in like 2020 when that was published. She then went to get therapy. So she was writing for like 15 years before she was like, maybe I need some more help other than a keyboard in a fictional land.
Maybe.
Just maybe. But that's also why we haven't gotten book 6 yet.
Journaling. No, I think journaling helps a lot generically. But yeah, probably should get a therapist. If you can afford one.
Or, you know, you just do what she did and write fictional characters for 15 years, and then you can afford the therapy you clearly need.
Favorite character from book 1, if you can try to restrain it to just book 1.
I mean, I love Feyre, even though she does make dumb decisions.
Yeah.
But in book 1, I think it's going to be Lucian. Because he's just so sneaky and he's so snarky. Like, I love when he was like, I heard you scream.
Yep.
I didn't come.
Yep. I didn't do anything.
She's going after the adder.
Yeah.
Not the adder, the cereal.
Yeah. I didn't do anything.
I heard you scream, but I decided not to come. I'm glad you survived. Yeah. I was like the first time I read that, I was like, holy, what did he just say?
I know. I like Lucian. He's just like so he's sarcastic and stuff.
I love him. He might rumored be in the possibly next book. Like, there's so many theories running around what book 6 is going to be about. But he's one of them that's rumored. A lot of people say that acotar is the not perfect, but it's a great gateway book into bigger fantasies. Because it's an easy one, and it can introduce you to the worlds and whatever. And then, because Brandon Sanderson actually came out earlier this year, he does seminars, writing seminars, and he posts a lot of them on YouTube. And he's written massive epic fantasy series. I just caught up like 2 months ago. I took a year and a half to read all of his books. Big books, right?
Oh, okay. So they're like
they're big epic fantasies.
Gotcha.
And he came out in one of his things. He's like, Fourth Wing, acotar, and romantasies like that are actually the best thing that's ever happened to fantasy readers, because it introduced romance readers into the fantasy world. And they're like, and people are now finally starting to take fantasy seriously as a genre and fantasy art
on the more like mainstream.
Right. It's not crazy old dudes in a basement reading.
Right.
Like the stigma of like the D&D of the 80s, you know, like
right.
they're into fantasy, like they're freaks of nature and whatever. So like after, if you decide to read the rest of the series of that, would you be like, I could handle a bigger fantasy series? Just because like you get practice?
I'm not sure, I guess. Because like, probably the only other fantasy that I've read would be like The Hobbit. And that was
That's
okay. It's a very small book.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably, I mean, we're probably not going to do it. Well, we might do a BookBurners on it. But who knows what the future holds.
We go month by month.
But that's probably the only one that I've read. I tried reading Lord of the Rings at one point, and I put it down because I was just like, I don't.
See, that's why
That was just boring.
I've read acotar, and then, like I said, I reread it, and I reread it, and I reread it, and then after like this is a fairly large cast, and eventually you just kind of get used to keeping track of everybody. So you're basically working your brain.
I guess Harry Potter would almost be fantasy. That's fantasy.
That's fantasy,
right?
but it's middle grade starting.
Yeah.
And it's a very,
It's like a
very
kid's
basic, like, you know, wand witchcraft. It's not like these big epic worlds that is in like acotar, Fourth Wing, or...
If anything, I think for me, it would be the other way around more, where I feel stronger interest for romance being a more prevalent thing, because their relationship was what I was sticking around for more, which is probably why the second half I liked a lot less. Like I said, the character development
more action.
stops, and also it's clearly not her strongest suit as an author, where the interactions between the characters and when they're developing and moving is clearly her strongest part. But when it gets to that, then you're making riddles where the answer is love, and you're saying it takes her half of a trial to figure out that a worm is blind.
3 months to find the riddle answer.
3 months to figure out the answer was love. And most people, if they read the book, I'd like to say, at least before the end of it, figured it out. And it didn't take them 3 months to read it. To get to that point.
Again, I was dumb.
But you did take 3 months to figure it out.
No, I did not take 3 months.
That was within 24 hours, according to you. So you figured it out before she did within 24 hours.
To be fair, though, I'm not in her situation. I'm not in a set.
Bullshit! That's such cope!
You're never gonna convince me. I mean...
It's a bad riddle! It's not a hard riddle! And she's dumb for not being able to figure that out! It's also just a weird thing for Amarantha to choose for a riddle. I feel like the answer
I know why, but I can't tell you.
Okay, so that's a future lore drop maybe. But like I said, but I can't, as a first-time reader, there's no way for me to give it any leniency if it has to do with future things with characters and their development, because I've only read one book.
See,
and
even at
the climactic moment is her going, I figured out the answer, it's love. And I'm like,
even at the time,
you figured it out.
First time I
you
read
figured it out, fair. Good for you. Die. You murdered 2 fairies because you're dumb. You couldn't figure it out. You're just sitting there like, I just wish I knew the answer to what this riddle was. Sorry, kid. And then she goes, I can't handle it. Because it was like, everything else, I was just like, the other things with personality and not necessarily making smart decisions is more like a headstrong thing, right? Where it's like, it's dumb, but you can be stubborn and like think that you're still going to be making the right decision. With that, you're just dumb. Because it's a riddle. It's not like a, hey, I don't want you to go out during Midnight Festival or whatever it was called.
It's Callan-Mine.
Callan-Mine. And so, like, even with that, where it was kind of frustrating, where I was just like, lady, do you have a death wish?
Yes, she does.
She does, apparently.
To be fair, though, I was
okay
like,
with that.
Screw you, I wouldn't want to stay in there either. Like, you see this huge party going outside your window.
Party.
I would totally go sneak out. Feel like he's just overreacting.
I mean, to be fair, but she wasn't the only one that I was frustrated with. I was also frustrated with, like, Tamlin and them, because they just wouldn't tell her.
No, they don't tell. They tell
They were
very
just like,
little.
just stay in, please. I was like, just tell her that you'll freaking
attack her.
Attack her. if she goes out, and everyone will want to eat her alive or whatever, you know? So just tell her. Why aren't you telling her? Why are you being so vague? That seems like important information if, like, there's actual danger involved.
I mean, Lucian eventually does as he's hauling her away, but
before
like...
it happens!
like, I think, doesn't even Lucian was like, didn't Tamlin explain this?
Yeah.
And she's like, no. And
But you're like, why would you assume every single person in that damn place should be telling her, stay in, because bad things are gonna happen if you go out, and nobody does. And they're just like, just don't. Just don't do it. So, but that was like other characters. They're just,
not good.
Yeah, they're just being dumb. But I was like, I can't, with the situation that she was in, because it's not her fault that they were being dumb in that situation either. So it's like, that, once again, that goes more to like a personality, headstrong. I'm not gonna just do something because somebody told me not to.
Which is
so
me,
that's
honestly.
actually still. Well, yeah,
totally do it.
I was like, it can be. It's frustrating in a way. Like, oh my god, you don't want to do that, Farrah. It'll get you in trouble. But not in a wow, I hate you. You're just a brain dead brick character, which I never felt until the riddle. But it's a very different type of thing because it's just find answer to question and not don't do anything. But when you're also dealing things with like impulsives and like the way that you're seeing things and understand things and your like viewpoints and experiences, whereas like that changes a lot of things when it comes to like actions being taken. So like almost everything else, although I was like, that's a bad idea, Farrah, I'm still like, I still understand why she would do it. I mean, the second time she went out after Lucian dragged her in, I was a little bit, I was like, really, Farrah? When she went out the second time. But I still accepted it. But I was like, really?
She wanted to know.
She just wanted to go out a second time and grab a cookie.
She was hungry.
I was laughing.
I know.
I was just saying, like, you would. You would.
Honestly, same. If I was that hungry, I'd be like, screw it.
It was used as a vessel to do the little like romantic interaction thing.
Right. Like
where she was like horny as hell. And she was just like, I'm gonna force a kiss on you or whatever. And she was just, yes. But then doesn't, you know, because she feels like she shouldn't. That was an interesting thing that I also took note of. It was just like, the only reason she doesn't because she felt like she shouldn't, but she was heavily attracted to it. That was funny, too. It's very realistic, though.
I just finished a new romantasy. And when I got it, I had seen everybody was like, this is, you know, the same level of acotar, like tension and whatever, and I read it and I'm like, this is nothing like that was, because she was like, that is the hottest man I've ever seen, and I swear it was like 40 seconds later I was just like, well, this is not good.
It took a decent amount of time to develop the relationship and stuff too, so like I liked it.
Yes, it's nothing I have read has come close
to
the tension that
let's talk about the spice a little bit. Just because the spicy scenes is what everyone who are outside of the field usually talk about the most. First off, there was only like 2 scenes in this one that were like...
Yeah, I think
really? Well, there's only...
Or no, I think there's only 1.
There's only 1. And that was when they sent her away, which I did think was weird timing, honestly. But that's fine.
No, that was the send-off. That was... He was like, I'm never going to see her again. I'm gonna
smash at least. Gotta at least get it in once, boys.
I just gotta know one time.
I just gotta know. Well, that's the thing. Like, I felt like this is me just inputting my perspective on it. Would be like if I was in the place where it's like, I'm gonna die and send you off forever, and you should probably just forget about me. That would not be the final action to take. It's like,
really?
So now,
so many soldiers would disagree with you.
No, but the thing is, when you're sending somebody off to war, the idea is you're gonna come back from war.
No, I'm pretty sure at the time they're like, I'm never.
But you're hoping.
You're hoping, but like.
That wasn't the situation. Tamlin was giving up. At that point, he was like, I'm never coming back from this. You need to be sent away, never to see us again. It wasn't like war where there was a chance of getting out of it. At least that's not the vibe I got from him. So it was like, oh, I'm never ever gonna see you again because I'm gonna be locked up forever, forced to be with this other person. I love you. I want you to forget about me. So let's let the final thing we do smash so you'll never forget.
But I'm gonna mark you.
I'm gonna mark you. So I was just like, that just kind of seems mean.
Well, then she went with it because her mindset was like, if I'm good enough.
Dude, she was thirsting for months, so it's obviously she would.
I mean, she definitely is kind of a pleasure seeker with the dude from the town. I always forget his name.
Oh yeah, that was interesting too. Kind of just Jacob.
Nope.
Philip.
Isaac Hale.
I mean, he was on.
He's like a swear word in some because like there is deep-seated hate for Isaac Hale.
Why?
Because everyone hates him.
In the future books, does he show up again? Or?
No.
He doesn't do anything.
She
uses him to smash, and that's it. So,
yes. I think.
Why would they hate him for that?
It's just. I don't know why.
Is it because he gets married to someone else or something? She doesn't love him.
No, they're just using each other. I don't entirely know why people hate Isaac Hale so much, but they do.
I thought the only point of him was to be like, I have experience, by the way. That's like his only function was for Farrah to say that.
Sort of.
And that's what I got out of it.
He was her tiny little escape from her life.
Well, yeah. Well, she says it pretty straightforward. Like, oh yeah, we use them just to do a little bit of escape from all the misery.
Pretty much, yeah. They just used each other. Which she says that, yeah. She's like, there was no lover, or there was no love in the relationship. They were like, we were just using each other. Right? I don't know why there's such an Isaac Hale hate, but there is.
I was gonna say, I was like, it seemed like they were, because they run into each other again when she goes back.
And
he's got a new girlfriend or whatever.
No, he's married. Well, he was already engaged. Maybe that's why. He is engaged when he's hooking up with Farrah. Like, he's betrothed to the farmer's daughter or whatever.
Oh. I mean, was that like but that was like an arrangement thing, because they're saying that was going on for like years or whatever. No, yeah. Because they said it was like a new relationship too. Right?
I think they were, I don't remember. I don't like Isaac Hale because I don't care. So.
I was going to say, it's such an unimportant detail. I mean,
it is, but for some reason, the fandom, he's evil.
I'm just going to say, you should hate Farrah too, because she willingly did it with someone who's betrothed then. I don't know.
I have no preference for Isaac Hale, other than he's there. Congratulations to him.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Unimportant. Why are we talking about him?
I don't remember how we got to Isaac Hale.
I just don't remember why you brought him up. Involved. Well, I remember we were talking about the spicy scenes, and but I don't remember where Isaac comes in. Aside from like I mentioned the whole they're just telling you that she has experience thing.
Oh,
but that was
yeah,
only after
Isaac,
that was only after you brought him up, so I don't know why. What happened?
I forgot. It's gone.
He's just that unimportant.
He really is. He's not. He's just a placeholder, basically.
But like, to me, if there was like any value, the only point that exists was to be like, oh yeah, she can kind of tell the difference between like love.
That's what it was. Is that she is a thirsty. She is a thirsty.
Oh,
lady.
That's what you're saying. That she's just thirsty.
She's like, I need a second, and runs off, and yeah, she's a thirsty lady.
Yeah. I mean, I would just say that's probably normal.
Especially at that time.
Because there was only one guy, according to her. It was just him,
well,
right?
Yeah, she knew of everybody in that town, and so she was like, that guy is abusive, that guy has AIDS probably, or whatever. Whatever they called AIDS
I
at
was
the time.
specifically saying that she's really thirsty for Tamlin. Like, really? So I was like... That's where we got to that, because I brought that because like it makes a lot of sense why she would be down during the send-off thing. Well, because she also has hope of seeing him again. Right. She's not like there's no hope, but Tamlin absolutely is being like there's absolutely no hope, but smash anyway. So that's what I was saying. I was just saying from my perspective, if I was in that situation, I'd be like, probably not, because it feels cruel.
To be fair though, she really made him kind of.
I don't quite remember the stuff leading up to the scene, to be fair.
Well, I think...
Like, I remember the send-off parts. She is aggressive, though.
She's like, no, you're staying, and, like, we're gonna do this, and then I'm gonna convince you to stay. Familiar. Like, she really starts it. Like, and he's just like, okay, fine.
Jeez, I can't say no, I guess. Darn. Shucks.
Like, she fully expected for him to change his mind in the morning.
It wasn't even as long as I thought.
It's a relatively short book. This one is. Or you mean the spicy
scene?
Yeah.
Because like the way that people read it and like make fun of it, they say it as if it's like every single scene, and like the whole book is exclusively for that scene. It's not.
No.
It just isn't.
Somebody did the statistic. It's only 0.5% or something of the book.
Mm-hmm.
And they did that statistically for all of them because like Fourth Wing,
if
all
there
those...
was like nothing else going on, Dr. Pepper.
My gosh.
Then it would be like, okay, you're just trying to justify this one scene or whatever. I was like, that's not the vibe I got from it. I was like, okay, this is kind of just it's funny wording, but the climax of the relationship here kind of working, because you're like sitting on it and it's romance. So it's like you're watching these dynamics and their relationship grow and change and all that. And then, you know, they have the fantasy climax at the actual end of the book.
Yep.
But I was like, you can kind of see it's like that's where their relationship dynamic in book 1 ends. And that's why I said I stopped being as interested in it at that point, because their relationship isn't changing or evolving, and their personalities aren't really changing and evolving. I mean, there is a little bit, but it was mostly her just getting kicked around and then being like, oh, I want to die. I'm in the prison.
And I'm stuck with Rhys-Anne.
And now I'm tattooed. Which also, worth bar TM. Because she was just like, I'm worthless now. I feel ashamed about the tattoo and stuff. Because
she's
not
marked
his.
by Faye.
But, you know, worth bar TM. That was just a psychological thing. I was like, oh, she feels
That's also, no, that was a societal thing.
Society thing. But that's the thing, is it's coming from society's judgment of what your worth might be.
Well, everyone hates, like, humans hated the Fae. Because they are like, they are oppressors. They're the reason we can't evolve. And, like, they keep us down. So, like, to be marked by one is, like, the worst thing possible.
Oh,
they think.
I thought it was just had to do with Tamlin.
No, well, I mean a little bit, because then she has the bargain with Rhys-Anne, and they hate each other. So, and yeah, that's a whole thing I cannot get into.
Yeah, they only touched up on that a little bit. I didn't like how they introduced Rhys-Anne either, by the way.
At Calamine?
Oh, not that one. That was okay, but like when he actually shows up in the exposition dumps.
When she gets to the
it would be like right before the spice, pretty much. It was one they were like, we have to send you away now.
Oh, when he like breaks into her brain.
They're literally just at dinner.
Oh, and he shows up.
And then he just shows up, and then something just happens, and then he vanishes. It was a very weird scene.
I know why that happens. I cannot tell you.
Like I said, it was just like felt inorganic with it, because like, okay, we had one scene with you, and I felt like, oh, you're not gonna boil on this character who you very mysteriously introduced. You're just like, oh, it's this guy who saved you during Calamine, and he's very weird or whatever. He's spooky and probably like a High Lord or something. He's gorgeous. And then in literally the next time he shows up, he's like, I am this person. I am of the Night Court. I am the enemy, and I'm gonna have this huge exposition dump, and we're gonna talk a lot. And I was like, wow, that was a lot. Just really sad. I thought you were gonna brew on this mysterious character a little bit longer, but you really just dumped a lot right there.
I legally cannot say a thing.
All right. I still liked him. I liked his character developing throughout the trials, but that was about it.
So, what would you rate it?
3.5.
Really? That's it?
The last third, I start dropping off.
Oh.
And then the riddle, like I said, the ending to me is really bad. So I was like, that's like a whole star doc for that. And then the 0.5 would be like the trials. That's kind of how it's like divvying up in my mind. I just hated that riddle so bad.
It's like Quidditch.
You can't.
acotar.
It's worse than Quidditch, because like Quidditch has no effect to the plot of Harry Potter, at least, and this was like the climax.
It was a bit of a big deal, yeah.
So it was like, it was the thing that saves everybody, and it was the magical out. The only reason she was there was to solve that riddle. So it's like, the thing is,
I mean, she wasn't only there to save the riddle. She was there to save Tamlin,
like,
and the riddle just happens to be how she
it was the thing that she had to figure out, and you knew it from the start that like even if she successfully did all the trials, you knew that the riddle was going to come into play, otherwise they wouldn't have brought it up. Amarantha saying, like, in fact, I'll give you an out to get everybody out of this situation. Solve this riddle. It's impossible to solve.
She doesn't say that.
And she believes it, though.
Amarantha thinks humans are the worst thing. Like, dumb, like, oh, I can't tell you things.
Like, it's obvious she doesn't think a lot about humans, but, like, come on.
No, she literally thinks humans are on below the bottom of the food chain. Like,
I guess, but it's so... But Farrah doesn't figure it out also, so she's kind of right until, like, the very last second, so it was like...
Okay, so this book in this series, they are all under heavy scrutiny right now because of all the book bans and legislation that's currently being argued in wherever it's currently being argued. Do you think that one spicy scene that's not even that graphic is worth this book being as banned as it is?
It was funny, if anything. Like, okay, so if we can be adults here for a second, right?
I don't know if I can handle that.
When I was reading this, let's compare this to other books that we've read, right? So, American Psycho.
Oh, there it is again.
Right? I hate to bring it up because it's depressed me for months at this point.
I'm sorry.
I hate you. You've ruined my life.
You invited me here.
That's true. I'm doing this for my own benefit, believe it or not. When it comes to, like, spice scenes and whatnot, if it's in, like, a romance, I expect to feel a little something. I expect a little excitement, a little thrill to be like, you know, maybe I'll think about that for a little while. For this and how, like, meme culture and, like, internet culture was depicting it, they're just, like, all like, oh man, you're just gonna sit there and thirst over this scene for 5,000 years and stuff.
Never gonna leave.
Or, like, these scenes, it's just non-stop erotica.
They're all bedroom scenes, clearly.
Yeah, and it got to that, and I was reading it, and I was like, okay, cool. It just didn't it didn't really affect me. That is fully honest. I would tell you if I was, like, really into it and I was just like, you know, I would just tell you.
You turn French?
I turned French. Exactly.
That's why you were talking about Kermit the Frog.
Yep. That frog just got something going. I don't know what to tell you. Have you seen those videos of people like Kermit the Frog being on Omegle? And then he's just, like, talking to, like you know what Omegle is. It's just random chat online. But it's basically known just for, like, perverts.
Yeah.
But they have...
I see the Elmo one a lot. I don't know if I've seen the Kermit
But then
one.
he just like, hey, I got something to show you. And they just popped a cucumber up on the screen.
No, I missed that one.
There's a whole series of videos that you're just like, oh, hey there, you look like a baddie or whatever. Like, hey, got something to show you. And she was... It's funny.
Oh, that's hilarious. No, I missed that one.
Yeah, but that's what Kermit the Frog, yeah, he's sexy.
Oh, yeah.
Where's that, Sarah J. Maas? I want Kermit the Frog to be in the next one.
You know, the internet's a weird, freaky place. There's probably some fanfic out there somewhere.
But, like, as far as that goes, I was just like, it was fairly tame. Like, it was explicit-ish, but it wouldn't, like I said, I stand by my rating before, where it's like PG-16.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Like, it's not Fade to Black and it's not Closed Door. Like, it's on page, but it's not like...
It's not American Psycho!
Yeah, that was way more explicit than the acotar series.
It dances around a lot. It dances around a lot. No, it dances around with, like, using innuendo and metaphor and stuff, which is fine. Like, American Psycho
that was
like 10 out of not like the erotic scale, but just like in the explicit scale.
Graphically
on the graphic scale,
yeah.
It was just sitting there like, my asshole.
And yet that
puckered
one,
and she shoved her finger in and then she wiggle waggled it around, gave it a sniff. And, you know, it was just like, what the hell, American Psycho? It was just like very, just word for word explicit with every single thing that happened. And this was not that. It was
no,
pretty
and yet
damn
that one doesn't get attacked like this.
Oh no, I've never heard it get attacked. Like
No.
it was controversial, but because
But it's still-
back when it was like released.
Right, but it's not. I don't think that's a banned book. I don't think.
I think there were
Maybe it
pushes
was.
for it back in the day.
Yeah, but it's not like
not right now.
it's not actively attacked.
Like I said, I
Sarah
can
J. Maas or
understand
Rebecca
why
Yarros.
it would fall into some controversial waters with the YA.
Right, they literally because like this is
If
the
it got-
original cover.
Because if you think of other
This is
things,
the YA cover. Yours is the new adult. Like this is when
Mm.
yours is when they rebranded it. Which this cover so
Well,
much
because
better.
like if you're to think of YA, I would be like, okay, going up to like the end of Harry Potter's and stuff, where it's like the worst thing in Harry Potter is the mom says bitch.
Yeah, and that was wholly controversial. Like I remember
So-
parents freaking out
I
when that
liked it.
came out. I didn't even notice.
Ron Weasley's mom being like, bitch! I was like, yeah!
She's awesome though.
Yeah.
Like
But like, so I think they dropped the F-bomb a couple times in there too.
yep.
Which if you go by TV ratings, if it happens more than once, it's rated R.
Yes.
So it's like, if you're to follow
But they
other
don't even
media
mention-
standards, then it's like, I don't see it that way. I mean, I don't think the double F-bomb thing makes any sense regardless. Because it's like, PG-13, you're allowed one F-bomb. If you use
One.
two F-bombs, it's immediately rated R. It doesn't matter about the rest of the content of the movie. It could be Sesame Street, then Elmo says, fuck! Big Bird, fuck you,
Elmo.
fuck you! And then it's rated R.
Elmo had a bad day.
The rest of it's just Count Dracula going, 1, 2, and then just Elmo, fuck you!
Elmo just cracks
becomes a
it.
psycho. I'm so sick of this fucking bullshit! Fuck Sesame Street, you're all psychopaths! You just count all
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die.
day! Ernie and Bert showed up, he's like, well gosh, Elmo, maybe you should leave.
Elmo needs medication.
I hate all of you!
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. I do like the psychopathic Sesame Street memes.
Those are so
Those are funny. It's like Grover watches an angel fall to hell after stealing its halo or something like that. I love those.
Oh my gosh. They do it with Mickey Mouse too. There's this one. Have you seen the one that's like he catches Goofy with Minnie or something?
Yeah.
It's just the best
I mean,
thing
I've
ever.
done ones. So when we did Disney Dreamlight Valley, some of my favorite clips come from that video. I have the one where Mickey Mouse curb stomps Remy.
Poor Remy. Oh my
And then I
gosh.
curb stomped him because he was a rat! I remember when Remy had to leave because he brought plague, the Black Plague.
Oh man, that's a callback. You haven't played that in
Mhm.
forever.
Yeah, it's been a while since I played Dreamlight Valley. That's because it was kind of boring after a while. It was like I liked seeing the new characters, but I was like just this running around going, I was just like, God, this
Planting
gameplay loop.
all the things
Over and over. Well,
yeah.
the thing was, food was even pointless. It was just to restore your energy bar, which was like the energy bar doesn't even need to exist, dude. It's just a,
They redid a bunch. Maybe they fixed it.
I don't know, maybe.
But yeah. So the
Going back to the whole spice rating thing, I was like, it's not that bad.
it's not, and like it's still like a lot of the book bros basically, in unfortunately they have loud voices in political spheres,
Yeah.
and they're like they're corrupting our children or whatever. But it's like, no,
I mean,
no, they're not.
If I was to say anything where you might raise an eyebrow, it would just be like the borderline furry nature of everything. That's probably the only thing that I'd be like, it's one thing for these spheres that are like, oh, corruption and stuff. It's like, oh my god, they're watching porn, but they're watching furry porn. So it's like it's a step of deviation or whatever you want to call it. So that would be the only thing, but it doesn't really get brought up where they're all purring and have like animalistic features and stuff.
I think he
I never
growls.
hear
I
that
think
being
that's
brought
it.
up.
Pretty sure Tamlin just growls.
Yeah, I mean they have like fangs and
Maybe some
stuff
claws, I don't
and
remember.
claws. So it's like they have like animalish features.
Well, he's a shapeshifter.
Yeah, and he's a shapeshifter, so like, you know, fan fiction, all that jazz, tiptoe into bestiality stuff a little bit. It was funny because there's.
But so does Beauty and the Beast.
A little bit.
I've seen so many.
They fall in love with the Beast.
Like,
she doesn't
was
kiss
kind
the
of
Beast.
disappointed.
She was
when
disappointed.
She saw the human version.
Who everyone was. I was. I was like, I can't kiss that man.
I want the snout.
Give me that beast. There, she does kiss the Beast in a House of Mouse episode.
Really?
Mickey Mouse's House of Mouse. She kisses the Beast.
I don't remember that.
It doesn't look right though. It looks weird.
It'd be really difficult.
Well, you know, he has the big snout and these giant fangs and lips, and he's like.
Right, and he's got the tusk thing too happen. That would be a little tricky.
But it happens canonically. Well, not canonically. Mickey Mouse's House of Mouse is very not canon.
No, because he's a beast in that too. He's not even the human yet.
But like I said, I feel like those things are just very people being stupid to just be lazy about the topic, because I'm just like, I don't know what to tell you, man. Y'all are just insecure weirdos. And
it's died down a little bit, but like a couple months ago, it was like everywhere. They were, I don't know what was in this legislation, but they're like, if you have, you know, these certain books or whatever, like you could face heavy fines.
That had to do with the libraries, didn't it?
Right, but they were also talking about like to own, like they were threatening to restrict publishing, which was going to cut into free speech, and like it was a whole mess.
That was the whole thing with it still being under YA though, wasn't it? I don't quite remember.
That was back in the day. I'm talking like 2 months ago.
Oh, I have no clue.
No, they.
It's like, dude, it's such a nightmare keeping track of everything that's happening with politics right now, because like you cannot turn your head around without somebody doing something else that makes you be like, why? It's just like it's literally in a point like for me where I'm just like, I'm just gonna go to another country for a while, just so, because I just want to tone out all the nonsense that people are constantly doing. It's like just
it's crazy. I only see it because I'm part of a lot of the book realms,
right?
And I don't share it because I don't subscribe to any of. Well, not any, but most of the book drama and
there's nearly no books that I can justifiably be like, and you should absolutely ban these. Well, like you can be like, this is absolute trash.
Like this is dangerous.
AI books, I guess.
Yeah.
Shouldn't exist.
I can't think of any that were like explicitly dangerous for someone to
even
read,
if it was something where it's like just straight up propaganda for like a evil ideology or something, it is still useful to have that available for people to see,
right,
and understand what the theoretical like enemy thinks,
right, which they do. Like, so you
should
publish books all the time.
Hiding it only almost like gives value to what they are trying to do a lot of the times, if you ask me. Because that's like, oh, they're trying to hide something, there must be something true about it. It gets into like a conspiracy theory level where they're like, why are you trying to hide all this? Is it because it's the truth and you're trying to control me?
But there are so many people who are
adds
just
an allure
followers
to it.
Like, oh, he said we shouldn't do this, so we're not gonna do this, and we're gonna make sure no one else does it. Like, it's the herd mentality, and it's borderline very dangerous.
Right. So that's where it's like it falls along lines of debate, but like I tend to lean that way, where it's like, have it available for people to see and be outspoken about what the truth is.
And actually read whatever they're saying not to.
Yeah.
Like if I hear banned book, I immediately want to go out and read it.
Why?
Yeah, exactly. That's literally why I picked up 1984 back in the day, because that was, I don't remember what was happening, but that was when Winter Soldier came out. And everyone was talking about, you know, how evil the nanny state that the American nation was under, and because surveillance was up and all of the other stuff was up, and everyone's like, it's 1984, and then the other half is like, this is not 1984, you shouldn't read that. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna read it. Like, I'm fair. Like, you tell me I can't go to Calamite, I'm gonna go to Calamite.
But that's almost one of the things, that's like it's saying, it gives it an allure almost immediately.
Right. Like, you tell me not to? Well, guess what I'm reading.
Especially with the internet, it's like there's no way that you can actually fully block anything.
No.
Like, people can find a way if they really want, so I'm not... very for banning in general.
Yeah. But it's encroaching on dangerous territory of what people are trying to do in the political realm right now. And it's...
Well, because they're trying to ban stuff, right?
A lot, yeah. And like, like my library, my at-home library is full of stuff that I would be put away forever. I don't have 50 Shades of Grey anymore, so I don't have that. That's a horrible book. That's a book that does not need to exist.
Honestly, that's not even one that I have much interest in, because that one was like such a bad type thing.
So bad.
It's like, I feel like acotar still has weight and like value in the modern day from just the way people talk about it, where it's like that one's just kind of dropped off. It was like,
it had its minute, and yeah.
That's one that I would say, based off of vibe, I can't say it because I haven't read it, where it's like, oh, this is just for the spice scenes.
And
that's about it. It almost felt like this is my repressed fantasy, and that's it. That's the vibes that I've got from based off what other people told me who have read it, and also just from culture.
It's literally it was Twilight fanfic.
Yeah, I know about that history too. It's written on a BlackBerry like phone.
And I think it started on Wattpad
first,
and yeah, it's not good. It's bad. I hate that that's in my brain. Apparently the movies are worse.
Yeah. But my final thoughts on that would be like, it's pretty much in the field that I liked it, because it's like, even if I'm just talking about like a romance fantasy, it's like, I don't know if I want to be sitting there and like reading it and then just all of a sudden be like, and I'm just so bricked up right now. It's like, I kind of just want to read a book. If I'm just sitting there trying to relax and listen to a story, and then all of a sudden it's just like, you know, I don't know if that's the experience that I necessarily want to be there for, unless that's the explicit reason why I'm reading it.
It can happen.
Which, you know, if that's you know, go for it. But like, I didn't really get anything out of it. I thought it was fine, and it was like, oh, this is a nice little wrap up. For... I mean, they didn't wrap it up, but they it was a nice finish for. There's no way around innuendos for this. For their relationship thing. It felt like a natural progression.
Right.
Is what I'm trying to say. It didn't feel like it was completely out of left field, or that this was the only reason why you were reading the book. Because I was like, with it or without it, the rest of the book is still functional. Even if you had them like not smash, then it was like, it still would be the same story.
Yep.
So it's like, give or take. It's almost like a little bit of fan service in anime or something, where it's like, it doesn't necessarily ruin it or make it.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's just there. And it's like, you could probably just skim past the chapter and it would not make a difference. It's like, just skim past it if you're not into it. If you're
I'm pretty sure Maas said that she did it just because she could. Like, the publishers gave her free reign, and so she went with it. I was like, you go.
Like if I'm going to relate to the bros out there who watch anime, I was saying that this should just straight up be an anime, though. It would fit in perfectly.
There are
by the
some that have like fan animated it, and some of them are gorgeous.
Yeah, I was just like, dude, if you had like a good animation studio for this, they could make it so beautiful.
Ghibli, but I was like,
no. What? Ghibli? No, Mega House.
I don't know who that is. I don't do anime. So.
They traditionally make really good like animation and stuff. But if it's like, okay, the anime is relatively tame, but there's a handful of shots with just giant ass anime titties just bouncing around here and there.
Which like, Battora doesn't even have any.
There's just a bath scene or something like that, kind of out of left field, but it's one scene, doesn't really affect the whole story. That's the vibe that I got from it.
Yeah.
So I was like, fair. It's fine. It did not make it. It did not break it. If it was to show up in like a movie format, I would probably just be like, cool.
Well, that would probably actually be cut, because
it'd probably be cut. It'd be censored.
Really hard.
Well, it'd probably be censored. They probably just show like some movements and like chest high. Maybe they might show a little butt, but you know, show a little butt.
You think they'd give Talon a tail?
I think maybe. I don't think they would be able to resist. They'd show a little bit ass crack with some
With
thrusts.
like a beast tail.
Yeah. That's probably what they would do. That's what I think. They probably would not do like a full montage
I don't know. We'll
thing.
never see it because Hulu scrapped the project.
Good job, Hulu.
I'm still salty.
See, and like a Netflix series type of thing would be the format to go with
Right.
it too, because
Like
it's
some
like the
sort of a
rating and stuff
miniseries.
kind of falls in line with that
Mm-hmm.
anyway.
It would definitely be like along the lines of like The Witcher.
Mm. I'm thinking like
think
even when it comes to
Shadowfall
anime, like Castlevania.
I haven't seen those, but the art on that is gorgeous.
I envision something like that would work with it.
Yeah. Someone actually tried to do a
Adjust the
Disney
style
one,
a
that
bit.
looked really weird.
Disney would not. The style would not work. I'm telling you, it needs to be a solid anime style thing. I think it would fit in perfectly.
Yeah. Depending, like there's some anime styles that I'm absolutely. Like,
Well,
no.
that's a wide net just to say anime style because
Yeah.
so many styles can be different. But something that really captures the vivid colors and the imagination and all that. That's what.
Especially, you have so much to look forward to in later books. Should we announce the next book? Which I don't have mine with me.
I think I have it in the next one.
So I got to pick the next book, and I'm trying to redeem myself after the chaos that was American Psycho. Like, my new goal with this podcast is to get one in heaven.
This one was my pick, by the way.
This was your pick.
I picked that.
I know, I said that because I said, why did you pick this?
Oh, that's right, you did. say that. We've been recording for almost 2 hours now, so some information.
Oh, okay, probably.
I just wanted to make it clear for the audience. Okay.
Sure.
I inflicted this upon myself. I say inflicted, but like I said, it's probably been the most enjoyable read so far.
I think you're really gonna like the next book. So I picked it, and it's based off of everything. Like, I have never seen one bad review of this book. Not one.
Mm.
And it's a sci-fi, which we haven't read yet. I'm not counting Never Let Me Go as a sci-fi, because that was barely. Yeah, this is like a straight up sci-fi.
Mm.
And I was excited because I have read from this author before, but I've never read this book. And I was like dying. I've been dying for years to read this book, so this was my excuse.
Right.
And so I picked Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. And I actually just finished it on the drive here. So you have to make up.
Say, dang. I finished acotar yesterday.
Wow, I finished Acotar
I push it close to the wire usually.
a month ago. But like I said, it was a reread for me, so I just was basically on in the background. I'm so excited. I think
Project Hail Mary.
Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. I think it has heaven potential. Like
We'll see.
we shall see.
We all know that I'm a harsh critic.
I tried to put myself in your head a little bit while reading this. A little bit. I don't know if I could find fault in it in your super critiquey head.
Mm.
But I'm excited.
For Project Hail Mary.
For Project Hail Mary. Yeah. Because it's really...
We'll see. We'll see. Like I said, that I know nothing other than what you just told me pretty much.
Do you want the synopsis, or you just want to go into it blind?
Well, I'll go into it blind. That's fine.
That's what I did. I just knew the author because I had read The Martian, which is his other book.
I've heard of that. That's a movie made of that one, right?
Yep. The crap is his name?
Brad Pitt?
No.
Famous guy?
Mm-hmm.
Those are the only two I know.
He's along those same lines. Is it Matt? Matt Damon. I got it as I pulled up the app. Yeah, Matt Damon is in it.
So, I think that's all we have to say. You have any final words for A Court of Thorns and Roses? I enjoyed it. I feel slightly bad that it's going to hell.
You put it on a pillow at least.
I strongly believe that it belonged in purgatory because of the one thing.
We're gonna fight about that forever.
And I'll always be right about it.
I don't disagree about the riddle, but it doesn't need... nope.
That's the point of purgatory, if there's one thing that's like really wrong with it.
Such a minor...
Maybe the next one will go to heaven. If there's no riddle in the next one, it's got a pretty good chance.
Really hoping the next one does.
That's a hopeful thing.
That's my redemption arc.
It's the redemption arc. Like I said, even when, Harry Potter, I felt like was a similar-ish. Harry Potter, I just got bored, to be fair. Like, this one, I didn't really get... I got a little bit bored during the trials. but it wasn't enough. Like, I got more bored during Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Like, overall. Because I was like half the book I was bored during Harry Potter.
I definitely zoned out many times.
Yeah.
But, like, it was a reread.
Like, I think I fell asleep during Harry Potter, even.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
I read it before,
Yeah.
so it wasn't too big of an issue.
Yeah, it was just a reread.
But definitely go give it a read. If you haven't read A Court of Thorns of Roses and Roses, if you haven't, if you felt like, oh, I don't know if I should read it, maybe it's cringe or something, it's like, maybe it is a little bit, still worth your time, if you ask me. And I'm a man, so you know you can trust my opinion.
Honestly, there's a huge uprising of men reading romantasy right now.
You know, you should have thrown me under the bus a little bit, because I was intentionally trying to be offensive when I said it.
It's a thing. It's legitimately a thing.
I just invalidated women's opinions entirely, and you said nothing about it. I guess she's not woke. See, well, remember, call back to the very start of the video. She hates women. Knew it.
I hate my own gender.
All right, but seriously, go read it. It's worth your time. At least read the first one and see what you actually think, because you don't really know until you check it out. You can't just trust what some random person says online, especially in political spheres and whatnot. So
if they tell you not to read it, go read it.
Go read it. Form your own opinions. Thanks, bye!
No, you have to do the like, subscribe, comment.
Everybody smash like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. Share the video with a family member or a friend. And then highlight the spicy moment parts where we're just talking about that, because that's a very fun thing to just show to a family member.
If you have recommendations or books you want to see us burn, please drop it in the comments and we will see if we can get to them soon.
Absolutely. And if it's a book you read, let us know that, because I'd be interested in reading a fan-written book. Just not AI-generated slop.
We don't do
not tolerated
in this household.
Because all those are down in hell, with American Psycho. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.